Hello everyone, long time no see, but welcome back to my channel and happy 2025. So I saw Ellie Katarina do this and I decided to steal it from her, so shout out to Ellie, and her video is linked below. But I decided to do a followers choose my 2025 TBR video. So this of course is not going to be everything that I plan on reading and will read in 2025, but I thought I'd use it as a good example of some things to pick up and give you guys a bit of a rundown on some of the books I will be picking up this year. So one of the first categories I had everyone vote on was sprayed edges or clean edges. To no one's surprise, sprayed edges won. So I've picked 3 books off my shelf for this. I have The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. This is the LitJoy edition and those are the sprayed edges. I have recently started hearing some people talk about this book and say that it's super underrated and really good. So I'm very excited to pick this up, and I definitely want to get to this one soon. Then I have The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gualzon. This is the Perfectly Edged and Bluely Boo collab edition. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this. And I've heard mixed things about this book, but I'm hoping I'm really going to like it, so I definitely am picking this one up soon, maybe even in January or February. And finally, for this category, I have Feybound by Sarah El-Arefi. This again is a perfectly edged, sprayed edged edition. It's absolutely stunning. This is another one I've also heard mixed things about, but I'm hopeful that it will be good. I definitely want to read even more fantasy than I did last year and really get amongst it and read a bunch of different authors. So this is one I'm keen to pick up. Plus, I believe the next book is coming out shortly. So then I got them to vote on whether I would read fantasy books or dark romance. Fantasy did end up winning. I have 2 books I've put here. Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This was on my TBR at one point last year, but I didn't get the chance to get to it, so I definitely am going to this year, especially because again I believe the second book is coming out, so I definitely want to read this. And it's been like, it feels like so long, many years since I picked up a Cassandra Clare book, so I'm excited for this one. And of course in the fantasy category I have to say Gatebound by Daniel T. Jackson. It is one of my most anticipated new releases of this year, and it's an amazing epic fantasy series that I'm so excited to continue. So 1000% Gatebound falls right into my fantasy TBR. In backlist versus new release, backlist ended up winning, which did definitely surprise me. Most of the books I read honestly are backlist. That's just, I guess, the way it goes, right? But the 2 series that stood out to me, first I want to finish the Sword of Truth series. I started it last year. I think I'm 6 books in. Absolutely love it. Definitely want to continue that this year. So continuing the Sword of Truth series is on my TBR. I believe the next book I have to read is Pillars of Creation, so I'll get to that very soon. And then I also really want to read the War of Lost Hearts trilogy by Carissa Broadbent. I love Carissa Broadbent. I have loved all her Crowns of Nyaxia books and like Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. So I really want to read Daughter of No Worlds and the rest of the series. I've heard good things and I've loved everything I've read from Carissa so far. So this is like a must pick up for me in 2025. In mythological fiction versus literary fiction, mythological fiction won out, which made me very happy actually. So the one book I definitely want to read that is mythological fiction is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I want to read just more of Jennifer Saint's works in general, but Ariadne is definitely one I really want to read. And then last night I was doing some research into some mythological fiction releases and came across The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. Never heard of this before, but when I read the synopsis it kind of stood out to me as something that I think could be really moving and amazing to engage with. So now I've put that on my TBR as well. In long title versus short title, long title did come in and win. So I have picked 2 books. Thankfully, much of fantasy, especially romantasy, falls right into the long title category. So I have picked Empire of Flame and Thorns by Marion Blackwood. I have seen a bit about this on social media and I thought this looked right up my alley, so I definitely want to give this a go. And then A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. This is one that has been on my TBR for ages and I've just not got around to picking it up, but I definitely want to read it in 2025. Finally, Viewer's Choice. I received several great submissions and a lot of them I've already read. So Mads wants me to read Supernova by J.A. Jude. Never heard anything about this. I haven't even looked up anything about this, but because she's asked for it, it's going to go on the TBR. Joe suggested Quicksilver, Divine Rivals, and The Women. I have read Quicksilver, of course, loved it, and I've read Divine Rivals, which I also really liked. Never heard of The Woman, but apparently it's quite popular. And I took a read at the synopsis and definitely something that I'm interested in. So The Women is on my TBR. And finally, Ellie, the inspiration of this video, recommended Spark of the Everflame, which is on my Kindle, ready to be read. I'm very excited. I've heard so many good things about Spark of the Everflame. Quicksilver, again, read it, but it comes highly recommended for a reason, guys. And Belladonna, which I have not read. So Belladonna is going to go on my TBR, and Perfectly Edged has like a beautiful sprayed edge edition of this, so I'll probably be ordering that and reading that. And this doesn't fit into a category, but some of my honorable mentions for new releases that I want to read this year. The new Hunger Games book by Suzanne Collins, very excited for that. And of course Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I've just finished my Fourth Wing and Iron Flame reread in preparation, so I'm very excited for that. Me and T are taking the day off when Onyx Storm comes out so that we can stay at home and binge read it together all day in celebration. So yeah, another focus of mine this year is that I really want to finish a lot of the series that I've already started, so I hope we can achieve that. But there are just so many like new books that come across my radar that I decide to pick up, and then next thing I know I'm in the middle of like 37 series. So hopefully I can make my way through some of the ones I've started this year, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing so. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you plan on reading in the comments section down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!